Okay, let me ask you this. What if the very people who are supposed to protect you, the police, prosecutors, even judges, were actually working with criminals? Sounds like a movie, right? Well, in South Africa, it might not be fiction. That's why President Ramaphosa has launched something called the Madlanga Commission. But what is it? Why does it matter? And why are people already calling it one of the most important tests for our democracy? Let's break it down. South Africans already doubt the justice system. We went through the state capture years ago through the Zondo Commission. We've seen commissions come and go. And let's be honest, many people feel like nothing really changes. Now, add political assassinations into the mix. Every other week, it feels like there's a councillor or a political figure being gunned down. So when people hear about the Madlanga Commission, the first question is, why should I even care? Well, to understand why you should care, we need to first understand what exactly is the Madlanga Commission. Now, the official name is the Judicial Commission of Inquiry into Criminality, Political Interference, and Corruption in the Criminal Justice System. Yeah, it's a mouthful, but here's the short version. This commission is meant to find out if organized crime and politics have captured our police, prosecutors, intelligence services, and even our courts. It's chaired by Justice Mbuyiseli Madlanga. That's where the name comes from. And it was officially announced by President Ramaphosa in July 2025. But how did it all start? Well, that's the juicy part. This whole thing started with a bombshell. So in June 2025, Killeen Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi stood up and basically said, look, our police, prosecutors, intelligence services, they've been infiltrated by criminal syndicates. And not just that, he claimed politicians were interfering in investigations. Now imagine that. The very people who are supposed to uphold justice are allegedly protecting criminals. And then, wait for it, the police minister, Senzo Mkhunu, who has now been suspended, disbanded the political killing task team right when political murders in KZN were going through the roof. Allegedly. That's when Ramaphosa had no choice but to appoint Justice Madlanga to lead this inquiry. Now, you might be thinking, okay, what does this mean for me? Well, if Mkhwanazi's claims are true, it means that some cops aren't protecting you, they are protecting criminals. Politicians might be using hitmen to silence rivals, and the justice system itself might be compromised. Basically, this is bigger than just corruption. It's about whether South Africa still has the value of law or if politics and crime are running the show. Here's the kicker though. The Madlanga Commission hasn't even started yet, and already there's drama. Typical South Africa. The Director General of Justice, Doc Mashabane, is facing disciplinary charges. The Deputy Director General for ICT, Jabu Hlajwayo, has been suspended. Why? Well, because they messed up procurement. They had no venue, no security, no live streaming systems, nothing. So the hearings, which were supposed to start on the 1st of September 2025, are now delayed. President Ramaphosa, well, he called it shameful. But despite the mess, the commission is being set up. It'll be based at the Bridget Mabandla Justice College in Pretoria, chosen for its secure facilities. Now they're upgrading ICT systems like security and live streaming services so that us, the public, can follow everything. And South Africans should pay attention to a few things. One of them is, will big-name politicians like Senzo Mkhunu actually be forced to testify? And will Justice Madlanga be able to resist political pressure and be as fearless as the Zondo Commission? And most importantly, will this commission actually lead to prosecutions, reforms, and accountability, or it's just another expensive report gathering dust? At the end of the day, the Madlanga Commission is about more than just politics. It's about whether South Africans can still trust their justice system. Will it expose the links between crime and politics? Will it restore the faith in the rule of law? Or will it just confirm our worst fears that we're living through state capture 2.0? Either way, this story isn't going away, and you should care because it's about your safety, your democracy, and most importantly, your future.